Good morning. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to create a simple um, booking application for a hotel. We'll be using tkinter as a graphical user interface, and we're going to be writing our code in Python. I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's a great video for those who are in the beginner stages but have somewhat of a concept or somewhat of a basic understanding of how the Python language is written. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. We're going to create our folder. We're going to name this hotel booking. We'll just say hotel project. We go into Visual Studio Code, and we are going to select our folder we just created. Don't worry about what you just saw. That was another project I was working on earlier. You're going to click on your folder, set this as your directory. We're then going to go into our terminal. We're going to create our virtual environment to make sure that we isolate everything with this program into our virtual environment. So we're going to say Python -m emb my env. If this command doesn't work for your computer, you're probably using a different computer. You're probably using a Mac. I'm using a Windows computer, so if that command does not work, just Google search how to create an environment with the type of computer that you're using for coding. And then now that we create our environment, we need to activate it. So we're going to say my-env/scripts/activate. Okay, now that we have created our virtual environment, we're now going to create our file. We could just say hotel.py. Now we need to import our library. We're going to import tkinter. Tkinter is what's going to be. Tkinter is the library that allows us to create a graphical user interface for the user to be able to see and use. So we're going to say import tkinter stk from tkinter import ttk from tkinter import message. Now that we have our library imported, we are now going to create a class, and we're going to call this class hotel booking application or app. For those of you who do not know what a class is, I'm going to explain this quickly and as short or as simple as possible. For example, say you have a car. Say you have a BMW. That's the class. With that BMW, you have the color of the car, the rims, the features, the interior features, all that. Those are attributes. So what we are doing now, pretty much creating a class is the blueprint for creating objects. And what we're doing is we have a class that we created called Hotel Booking App. And now we're going to add instances or attributes to this class. Different functions that we want done in the program. We're going to add that to the class known as attributes. So we're going to say create our function, define it. We're going to say self/root or comma root. Make sure you hit the colon. At the end of that, we are now, anytime you're creating a class, you're always going to start off with self. You're going to say self.root equals root. Say self.root title. And we're going to name this hotel booking application. And we're going to say, we're going to now create the room types. So we're going to say self.room types. And we're going to say single, double, we're going to create our label for the room type. So we're going to say self.room underscore type underscore label. Make sure that's an underscore, not a dash. I'm going to say equals tk label root text equals select room type. And then we're going to do a colon. So now we're creating the label that's saying, select the room type. It's going to give us the option on the graphical user interface to select the room type. Now that we have laid out what we want it to do, we need to pack it to display it. So we're going to say self.room underscore type underscore label pack. Make sure you go up here and hit file save. It's good to save often. You never know what can happen to your computer. Now that we have that set up, we are now going to set up our combo box. This is going to be we'll be able to click the check mark and it will drop down, it'll have a drop down feature. And in that drop down feature, it'll let us pick either the single, double, or suite. So we're going to say self room underscore type underscore combo box equals tk dot combo box root. Let's see, values that we're giving to this combo box is going to be the self.room types. And now that we have that laid out, we need a package. So we're going to say self.room underscore type underscore combo box pack. We now need to create the check-in label. So I'm going to say self.check-in label equals tk label root text equals check in date and use a colon. I've got a packet, so it's a self.check-in label pack. Now we're going to do our entry box. So we're going to say self.check-in entry equals tk entry root. I'm going to say, and then we have the packet self check-in entry, and I can't type today. Now we're going to create our label, which is going to give us the options to type in our checkout date. So we're going to say self checkout label equals tk. For those of you who do not know, if I'm capitalizing words, you need to make sure you're capitalizing them because Python is a case-sensitive language. You may have the same word used, but if it's in lowercase and it's supposed to be in capital, it's supposed to be capitalized, it won't work. It may not work properly, so make sure you're copying me. And we're going to say root text equals check out date. Now we've got a packet. We're going to say self checkout label pack. I'm going to create the self checkout entry box. So I'm going to say self checkout underscore entry equals tk entry. I'm going to say self checkout entry pack. And now that we've done that, we're now going to create our submit button. So we're going to say self submit button equals tk period button root text equals submit button or submit booking. So the text, this is what's going to be displayed on the button. And now that we have what we want displayed on the button, we now need to give the command. So when we click on the button, it will submit what we've put in the entry box. Self.submit underscore booking. Now we need a packet. We're going to say self submit underscore button pack. And now we're going to find our submit booking function. I'm going to say find submit booking self. Say room type equals self dot room type combo dot combo box period get. Say check in date equals self check in entry get. I'm gonna say checkout date equals self checkout underscore entry get. So now we're going to move on to our conditional statement or a Boolean statement. So we're going to say if room type and check-in date and checkout date message. We're going to say message box show info successful comma. We're going to use our F string. We're going to say F booking confirmed for. So for those of you who do not know, pretty much conditional statements or Boolean statements affect how the program will flow. So with the if else statement, so I'll put it like this: if a certain condition is met, then the program will go this route. Else, if it doesn't meet the first condition, then the program will go a different route. The F format right here, the F string format, allows us to have a string that we put in that will automatically print every time, but also the value. It will print out the value of what the user inputs along with the string. And that's going to be displayed in our curly brackets room type. Date. Make sure you're spelled checking date correctly. I'm going to say checkout. going to do the curly brackets and say checkout date. So inside the curly brackets, it's going to print out whatever the user puts in the checkout dates or the check-in dates. Got an error. Let's see what's going on. Bookings. Oh, the parentheses. Now we're going to say self.reset fields. This function will reset everything on the program once we get our booking, so it'll clear everything. So we're going to say else message box show error. So if we do not put, if anything we put in is missing, or if it's not valid, like a valid date, check and check out, valid, and if it's not a valid pick, then it's going to go the else route, which will say error, please fill in all fields. So if anything's missing, this warning will pop up. Please fill in all fields. Okay, now all we have to do is define our reset fields function. So we're going to go down here. We're going to say define reset fields self. I'm going to say self room type combo box set self check in entry delete self check out entry delete TKN, and now all we have to do is create our main loop. I'm going to say if name is equal to main root equals tk.tk app equals hotel booking app. Then we're going to say root.main. For those who do not know, your main loop is what makes your program run on a continual basis. So as long as it remains true, all the requirements are met, then the program will run. So we're going to have file save. We're not going to run this. Okay. Line 10, it says hotel booking app object has no attribute room types. Okay, let's go up here to line 10. Self.room types. I'm pretty sure I probably spelled room type. Yep. I think it's because I put room type instead of, I put room types instead of type. Let's see what this will do now that I got rid of the S. Object has no room type. Attribute error. Line 10. Hotel booking object has no room type. Why is this happening? Okay, room types. Oh, that makes sense. It should be a list, not on parentheses. Let's try that again. Let's see if it works. Yep. There we go. So we have our drop down box. You can pick whatever room you want. You can say single. Let's say we're going to stay here till 8, or we'll come in 8:23, and we'll check out 8:9:23. Submit booking, and gives us a receipt. Very simple application, nothing too crazy. A good way to get the fundamentals down. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If I offered you any value, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel and share this video to help someone else out as well. Thank you.